Hey, welcome back to another episode of Nosebleeds Reports. We've been away for a while. I've been working a lot of Sundays lately, so it's been a couple of weeks since we've been here. Again, it's a nonprofit. All your donations goes to supporting youth sports. So there is a link in the description I put. So feel free to hop on there and throw us a few bucks. Um, and just so everyone knows, we have sponsored a Little League out of Murfreesboro this year, which is super exciting. John, how's it going, buddy?
Good, man. Good, hanging in there. It's been a bit of a sports lull too, so
Yeah,
it's been a good
there's a
time
little.
to pick
There
up the extra
was a
shifts.
little bit of sports lull. The baseball was in a strike. They're back.
Yeah.
March Madness is going crazy, man.
hmm
They call it March Madness for a reason.
For a good reason, yeah. Yeah,
um,
the football just decided to tag in too, man. They saw everybody else, hit
Man,
the
there's a
ground
ton of
running, and
moves.
tell
Been
me
a ton of
about it, man.
moves in football.
My conference got loaded up, dude. Telling you what, man. There's all types of talent that just came over, so it's going to be an interesting year. But I'm excited. Chargers made some big moves,
Yeah.
so.
Um, there's a lot of good talk from the Lions too, man. Dan, this new coach, man, he's changing the mindset with the players. This has
Hey,
been a
you got to get
horrible
them to buy in
organization.
first. Got
Yeah,
to get the players to buy in first, and if you can
yeah,
do
yeah.
that,
Change that mindset.
absolutely, man.
It's been a rough 56 years in Detroit.
Hey, he's still got a young quarterback. There's no reason to not try to build something around him. So
Yeah, there's a lot
they'll
of speculation
figure
going
it
around
out.
with him. Is he going to be the quarterback of the future? What are they going to
Mhm.
do with him?
Yeah, yeah, they got options. So
Yeah,
we'll see. It'll be exciting.
yeah, and they have. The draft is right around the corner, and they have two high drafts coming to them.
Heck
So
yeah, yeah. So
thanks to that
good.
trade for Matthew Stafford. But baseball, they made some major changes this year with that.
Yeah.
There's going to be a clock for the pitcher now.
Mhm.
They're taking
Mhm.
away the shift.
Yep.
So apparently the infielders cannot be on the grass anymore.
Mm-mm.
So they took away the extra innings, the putting the man on second base,
Ghost runner. You take
the
the ghost
extra
runner
runner.
away. Mhm.
Yeah, that was
Mhm.
stupid.
That was the dumbest thing ever. Yeah, the ghost runner is what
Yeah, I
it's
hated that.
called.
I
It's
hated that.
so dumb, man.
And the
Um,
National League finally got rid of
yeah,
the
I think
pitchers
it's the best
batting.
rule. I think it's the best one, man.
Yeah,
I don't understand why it took them this long to realize that a pitcher's pretty not
yeah,
going
you're
to put.
putting your pitchers at risk.
I mean, the list is endless as far as that goes. I mean, your pitcher's at risk. He's not a hitter. Nobody wants to see him hit.
Right.
If anything, he sacrificed bunting, which is still not the most entertaining thing. So he's out there to pitch. He's already doing the most work out of anybody. So let him pitch and let somebody hit for him.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, exactly. I hate that. I always hated National League because of that. And then when you have an American League team playing in the National
that's the
League,
thing is, yeah,
you're throwing that team all off. Like, how's he supposed to go out there? That's an automatic out right there.
automatic out every time, and yeah, and it's just not. No, you can't. You
Yeah.
got to go one way or the other. If you're going to have that rule and then make the whole league have their pitchers hit. But I like the way they went with that. I don't mind a pitch clock for the pitchers either, because most pitchers, if you give them their clock, they can make their routine and they can do their thing. As long as you don't change it up on them, they're fine. So yeah, I don't mind the pitch clock, and of course the ghost runner. Get rid of that. That was horrible. Um, but and the shift, I'm a Yankees fan, so take the shift out. I'm
Yeah.
all good with that.
Yeah.
I'm all good with that.
Pretty excited. I can't wait till Thursday.
Yeah, that's the
Thursday's
start,
the day.
man. Yeah, that's the day.
But the
So,
Tigers don't play on Thursday. Their home openers on Friday.
let's see here.
I always take
Um,
that day off. I either take that day off or I leave work
that's
at
a
like
good day to
lunch, and
take
I always
off.
go watch the game. I haven't decided where I'm watching it this year. Probably, I don't know, maybe in my backyard.
Yeah, that's a perfect place.
Yeah, have a nice little setup back there. But
They don't
pretty
start
excited.
this Thursday. They start next Thursday. April
Yeah,
7th, right?
yeah. Correct. It's a week from yes,
Yeah.
a week from Thursday. Yes.
So
Yeah, I
yes,
have that whole week
Detroit
off,
does
so I'm
not
pretty
play.
excited about it.
Oh yeah, I heard you talking about that. That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, at
So,
least.
the WNBA, man, they have a player sitting in a Russian prison.
Yeah, man. But
Um,
Griner, right?
Griner. Yeah.
Brittany Griner. Yeah.
Gonna happen to a better person. She's crying this country's oppressive, and the irony is she goes to another country and
Yeah.
seriously gets oppressed. So hopefully she's stewing on that for a while she's sitting there.
Learn their lesson a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So politicians are trying to get her out, and I'm like, hell with that. There's a couple Marines that went over there, and they're
Absolutely.
in prison for stupid reasons too. Like, let's get the Marines out first, and then we'll work on a WNBA player who doesn't like our country anyway. So
absolutely, I agree with that. I think there's efforts could be put forth somewhere else.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I think she got what she deserved. And then who's
karma.
dumb enough to bring marijuana or vape pen into a country that dang
No,
well you're gonna get busted?
Yeah, that was. I feel like she was asking for it. So
Yeah.
but what are you gonna do? So yeah, there it is.
Hey, well, we're sitting here just rambling here. We're always looking for guests. So if you're out there and you want to ever want to hop on and talk to us, feel free to give us a holler and we'll put you on.
Heck yeah.
So what else we got?
Brandon
March Madness,
Jones.
man. What's going on with March Madness? So the Peacocks, first
The
15
Peacocks.
to ever make it to this level. This is amazing. I love watching Cinderella teams.
And they're playing an 8 seed today, which should be, a walk in the park compared to the teams they've beaten already, right?
Well, see, those are the ones that get tricky, though, man.
Yes, that's the thing. You have nowhere to go,
Yeah, Coach K's in another Final Four. Imagine that.
13th.
I was
13th
hoping that
Final
the
Four.
Michigan State Spartans were going to put a stop to it, but
Not this year. Not this year.
So it looked like the Spartans were going to get blown out, and then the last 2 minutes, they actually rallied back, took the lead, but then couldn't handle it. They couldn't hold on.
That's just Tom Izzo using, he knows how to work his team, and he knew that Duke's bench wasn't as deep as his, so he said, if I can hang on to the end, and that's still a hard team to beat. Michigan State's not at the top of their game this year, and they're still
they haven't been in a
7
couple
seed,
years.
and they'll get back there. They'll find another Draymond Green or someone to throw out there, and they'll get back on top.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it's been the Peacocks and North Carolina at an 8 seed. So Kansas being the only 1 seed left, and
Brandon Jones just donated $5. Thank you, Brandon.
Brandon Jones, my man, awesome.
Hey, man, if everybody just dropped us $5, man, the youth kids would it would go a long way.
Brandon has two sons that play baseball now. One that just got into it this year, and
in Murfreesboro.
Yeah, man. His oldest son, Braden, he plays travel ball, and he's
nice.
Yeah, he'll be. I think he wants to fill that spot at first base for the Braves one day. So,
heck yeah.
There's a new opening there. So,
yeah, give us a holler one day, Brandon. We'll bring you on the show.
Heck yeah. But yeah, that's another point too. Is old Freddie Freeman won across country.
Yeah,
that's I would have taken any other team besides the Dodgers, but I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know what we're gonna do about them. That's gonna be a problem.
So. Dodgers, man. Like, if I had a choice of MLB teams to play for, I think I would try to stay away from California teams. For one, their taxes are super high.
Yeah,
I wouldn't want to live in Los Angeles.
That's something I heard about his contract. His contract was an extra year for basically the same money, but with the taxes and all that, he would have made more in Atlanta for the contract they offered him. So I don't know. I agree with that.
Yeah,
but
I think Atlanta would be a fun team to play for.
Absolutely,
a lot of history. It's a great city.
They signed old Matt Olson, right? So they should be all right.
Yeah, hopefully one
They
day
got a lot
that
of.
team will come to fruition in Nashville.
I mean, so that's another thing I wanted to put hit on is Nashville was, one of the top cities for the next. And baseball wants to expand two teams because they want 32 teams, and
Yeah,
Nashville was top of the list, and now they just came out and said that they're not going to help pay for a new stadium for the Titans. So I don't know how that looks on us when we're trying
yeah.
to get a baseball team here. Because the Nissan Stadium is not new. It did.
Now, it's kind of miserable going to a game at Nissan Stadium too because the early games, man, it is so hot in there, you just swelter in there, and then the later
Yeah.
games, you freeze. There's no in between.
No.
There's no
No.
happy
Yeah.
medium
There's
with
no
that stadium.
comfortable. Yeah.
There's no shade at all. I think there might be like a couple rows that
Well,
actually get shade. Everything else, you just bake in the sun.
yeah. Sitting
In
right
the
out in the
wintertime,
open.
you freeze. Yeah,
hmm
I've been to a couple of games where it was just like a monsoon there, and it was absolutely
Oh, that
miserable.
sucks.
It was
We
terrible.
even went to see. I've been to several games, but we went to see the Rolling Stones there not long ago, and that was at night, and yeah, it was pretty cold. It got
Yeah,
pretty chilly out, and but and the city is beautiful. The walking bridge to get to the stadium is beautiful. They should put a nice stadium up right next door, and but
yeah,
we'll
I
see.
agree. It should definitely stay right there, but just
They'll get a Super Bowl if they put a new stadium up. Atlanta got
they
a
would get
Super
a
Bowl.
Super Bowl, and man, they need a dome.
Well, yeah, they need a dome.
Put a
That's
dang
true.
dome on that thing.
Yeah.
A new one. So,
But
yesterday, Duke squeaked past Arkansas. Arkansas had a nice little run going, man.
squeaked past. They took care of Arkansas pretty handily.
Yeah,
So, but now they're doing this run for Coach K. I think, man. I think that's a good team with a reason to win. So they're going to be tough to beat. But Texas Tech had a great team too this year. They were loaded. They had two seniors, a junior. I mean, they were ready. But Duke's going to be tough to beat. And honestly, I'm hoping either way. St. Peter's wins, you got a 15 seed in the Final Four. But if Carolina wins, you got a Duke Carolina Final Four game. So
that would be pretty cool.
that would be pretty epic.
I'm a big St. Peter's fan this year, even though I've never heard of them before. Like I don't even know where the hell I don't
They're
even know
in
the schools
Jersey City, New Jersey.
are.
Yeah, so
I love Cinderella. Hey,
me too.
before we move on to talk about March Madness, there's some breaking news coming out of Memphis. Apparently, Penny Hardaway got caught cheating. So I was I was just reading about it before we went live, and apparently he had one player that was ineligible to play, was a center, because he had paid his mom $11,000 a couple years ago a couple years before the kid even played for Memphis. So that made him ineligible, but Penny Hardaway played him anyways. He played 3 games
Knowing
that he was ineligible. And so I was kind of reading a little bit about it, and apparently, so during an investigation, Hardaway was destroying evidence and doing some shady stuff. So it looks like Memphis and Hardaway's about to get hammered.
You think he's going to have to resign?
It's going to be a tough one. I have to read. I want to see the whole.
Yeah, I'm looking at some of the stuff now, and honestly, I think Memphis makes it out okay if they can keep him as a head coach.
Yeah, I think
he's good, but that's tough, and that's not honestly. It's not like that helped the team all that much. I mean, it helps, yeah, but I don't know. I like Memphis. I hate to see this happen.
I hate to see
I'm
this
a big
happen
Penny
too.
Hardaway fan. This is you know what? This is the lifelong story of Penny Hardaway. Like get handed gold and then it just crumbles in your hands. You know what I mean? So.
And it's too bad because the players are the ones that are going to are going to hurt from this. Penny Hardaway's. Even if he gets fired or resigns, he's still a millionaire. He's still gonna go home to his mansion.
Yep.
But these kids, if they hammer the school, these kids are the ones that are gonna get the brunt of it.
And a lot of these kids aren't from Memphis. They're not from that area, even the state of Tennessee, and they came there for him. And Yeah, that's a big thing with college sports is
That's the
coaches leave, and
yeah.
so it sucks, especially nowadays. It's always somebody's always getting the hammer brought down on them for some reason, whether it's something like this or
And the kids are the ones that pay for it.
yep, every single time.
Perfect example is Penn State football.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah.
I mean, that was terrible what happened up there.
And they brought the hammer down on them.
Yeah. And
And
all
then they
these
still
kids that committed to Penn State, and man, it just
and they weren't allowing them to like decommit and transfer. Like they were really like following the rules when it came to that. And you're like, come on, man. Like
these kids had nothing to do with it.
Yeah. So, especially these ones, they were barely born when this shit happened. Like, they were born. But yeah, that's tough. College sports. Hey, that's why I used to love playing the NCAA college sports video games, and they took them away. They need to bring them back and start writing these players a check or something, or give them food, or give them a place to live, or something like that in school. It'll motivate them to go to school more. If you tell these kids, hey, look, like, yeah, you're passing up on $1 million paycheck, but you'll have a nice house to stay in, or have food, give you a small salary or whatever and allowance, and let them go, and then I get to play my games again. So.
Right? Yeah. So let's break down some the games today. Miami, Florida, Kansas.
Kansas is your last 1 seed, so
yes.
Okay. This is tough. Kansas they've looked fine. They beat Providence, was a really good school, and Providence looked really good going into that game too, and they handled them. So I think Kansas is the strongest team left in the tournament if they play their game. Miami manages to make you play their game, though. That's what they do. Their first game of the tournament, they within like the first 10 minutes of the game, each team hadn't scored 10 points yet. I mean, it was, and then since then they've really scored a lot of points. So they have a really awkward style of play. So I don't see them beating Kansas. There's got to be one seed in the Final Four, right?
Hey, they call it March Madness for a reason.
That's true, but I'm going to go with Kansas on this one. So we'll see if I have better luck in basketball than I do in football.
I think being a number one, I'm going to go with Kansas. I think Miami, it's just going to be too hard to. But then again, like all the number ones have fallen, so
every single one, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know. I'll stick with Kansas on this game.
I think it's
4:05 game. St. Peter's in North Carolina, man. This is going to be a great game.
This is one. I know where you're going on this one.
Yeah. I'm going with St. Peter's. I'm going with the Peacocks, even though I've never even heard of them before. I love the Cinderella team. It's the very first 15th seed to ever make it this far, and I think they're riding on this huge high. But like you said, if North Carolina gets past this and it's a North Carolina and Duke matchup, that'd be one for the record books right there, man. Yeah. But I think I have to go with the hot hand right now. I'm going with St. Peter's.
Yeah, they got the hot hand. They seem to do the same thing. They make you play their style of basketball, and they're good at it. They're athletic. They're all athletic. They can all do everything. You don't know who's going to be down there to get the board. Every one of them can pass well. Every one of them can score. So they're a very balanced team. But I'm going with Carolina on this. I want to see that Duke Carolina. I'm born and raised raised in Chapel Hill, so I want to. This rivalry, I've never seen that before. Final Four Duke Carolina game. I would almost want to drive back there just to see what would happen once one of the two teams wins.
That would be cool, hanging out in a sports bar for that game.
Mm-hmm. They do the Franklin Street when North Carolina wins. That's their main street in downtown Chapel Hill. They mob that street. I mean, you can't see anything. You can't see sidewalks, street signs. I mean, there's thousands of people out there when they win a big game, and I would imagine they would flood that street. So.
Yeah, I'm over Coach K.
How can you be over Coach K, man? It's only been 42 years.
Yeah. I think I don't I like them about as much as I like the Patriots because I
Same reason.
same exact reason.
Same
But
reason.
I mean, for them, it's a good problem to have.
Which
But
I think in this world of sports, I think is a dying breed. This dynasty thing, you don't see it. Players are jumping from team to team in all sports, and you're getting teams that are going from 0-16 to or 0 and whatever football is now to top seeds in the playoffs with one draft pick or two draft picks, and so it's yeah, I think this might be one of the last few. I mean, the Patriots are that died out in football, and I mean the Chiefs, and that's your modern day. The Chiefs are probably one of the best teams in football seen in a long time, and they can't even win consistently. So,
yeah, yeah,
oh,
but
Tyreek Hill ran over to
yeah,
Dolphins, man.
yeah. I was just gonna bring up the NFL here. Like, what is going on with Baker Mayfield, man?
Where's he going?
I don't. Yeah, where is he gonna end up?
I didn't even know. I feel like to be honest with you, when I like play another video game reference, when I play my video games, if I get traded to a team with Baker Mayfield as the quarterback, I'll quit. Like I am not playing on the team. So I don't care where he goes.
I try to like Baker Mayfield, but my biggest beef with Baker Mayfield and the NFL is that guy hasn't won nothing. But yet you turn on your TV, every commercial has Baker Mayfield in it.
It's the Peyton method. Go be endorsed by everybody. But Peyton Manning was good. He backed it up.
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
don't know.
Like,
You get this now. You get this a lot of hype with players, especially quarterbacks coming out of college before they prove themselves. And like sometimes it pans out, but most of the times, all the quarterbacks of recent day, I don't think have been very top draft. I mean, some of them have, but you
yeah.
know, you-
Hey, so have you seen the Matthew Stafford AT&T commercial?
oh yeah, where he's talking about changing teams and yeah,
That was
works
brilliant,
out.
man.
Yeah, it was good. I was like, hey, they need to ride that wave because
Yeah, that was amazing.
It's good.
I
Yeah,
love that. He's like, you
it's a
mean I
good
can
story,
give up
man.
my phone after 12 years and get a new phone, but still love my old phone? I'm like, oh my God, that was
I think
marketing genius.
it's the only time you ever see a trade where like both sides are like, hey, like we're glad this is happening for you.
Yeah,
It's usually it's a bitter sweet ending, or the team doesn't want to give you the money or whatever reason like that. No, this Detroit was literally like, we want to see you win and we want to rebuild. So
yeah,
go do this. This is better for you. It's like having to let your little kid go out and fly. So he
yes.
went out and won a freaking Super Bowl his first year. So
Yep. So we're at almost 25 minutes here. We'll try to keep it around 20 minutes. We don't want to bore you guys to death.
yeah,
But you got our picks. We're going to try to do this live every Sunday morning. And before we sign off, I just want to let everyone know making a trip to Chicago in May, and the Cubbies are in town, Pittsburgh, and I'll definitely be there, and that'll be definitely a topic to talk about. I would love to do a live show while we're down there. I'm going to be with one of our original co-hosts, Paul Freeman, so maybe we could do something special that during that trip.
heck yeah. Are you gonna have your hat on?
So
Give them something to look for.
I
Many of our
haven't
viewers.
decided. I'll probably buy a Cubs hat while I'm there and support the
I don't
Cubs.
blame you.
So
It's a good idea.
yeah, but plus if I wore my Detroit stuff in Chicago, I don't want to get jumped.
Yeah, no, we don't need that now. I gave myself a black eye the other day. We don't need that.
I'm too old to get jumped in Chicago. But I'll be in safe hands. I'll be there for my buddy's. He's retiring from the Chicago Police Department. So
Congratulations, man. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Chicago Police Department. That couldn't have been easy.
no, he's on my short list to get on my other podcast, the TSP the Scuttlebutt, because I
Absolutely.
served with
that'd be
him in the
cool.
Navy, and then he became a Chicago homicide detective. So he'd have some great stories to tell us.
Definitely.
And his
yeah.
son was involved with a shooting this past summer when a Chicago police officer was shot in the head and was killed.
Mm.
He was in the police car when that went down, and he put a couple rounds in the ship bag that. Oh, sorry, this is a child show. he
Right.
put a couple of rounds in the bad guy. So I would love to talk to him also.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right. Until next Sunday. Thanks for tuning in. I see we have a couple people watching us right now. We appreciate your support.
Yeah.
We appreciate your donations.
Yeah.
Again,
Brandon, thanks, Brandon.
this is a nonprofit, so all your money will go to youth sports. Right now, we're focusing on baseball, but we plan on branching out. Football, hockey. Wherever these kids need help, we're going to be there for them.
Definitely.
All right. Well, thanks for coming on, John, and
Yeah.
thanks for tuning
See you
in.
next
We'll
week.
see you guys next Sunday.
All right, man.